Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. This video is part of my Declutter series where I go through my collection and declutter things I don't use or have expired. So let's get into it. Today's video is going to be an ALMAY declutter. Now, I've been doing these brand specific declutters throughout the year, so if you're interested, I do have a playlist with all my declutters. But these will be all ALMAY items, and what kind of got me into decluttering mode was my last declutter video where I declutter this ALMAY Skin Perfecting Comfort Care Primer. It's just here to remind me why I wanted to film this one. I'll be giving this to a friend, and none of these items will be thrown away if they are still usable. If something is usable, I will be giving it to friends and family. Only things that are truly unusable will be decluttered. ALMAY is one of those brands that I don't have a whole lot of products. I have a bunch, don't get me wrong, but there's not a whole lot of variety. And as you can see, I have quite a few of some type of products from ALMAY, but not a whole lot of variety. But these are all the ALMAY products in my collection, so let's get into decluttering. So I have 18 products from ALMAY, and as you can see, majority of my ALMAY products are part of their Lip Vibes lipstick collection. And as you can see, I really liked that collection. I believe it's still available, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I'll be doing some swatching. But let's start with something that's definitely going to stay in my collection, and this is ALMAY's Healthy Hue blush in the shade 100 Nearly Nude. I kind of want to get more blushes from this collection. This is just such a good formula, and this shade 100 Nearly Nude is just stunning. It is your perfect everyday blush. It gives your cheeks this healthy rosy glow, which is really natural looking, and there is no shimmer, but there is this kind of a glow coming from this. I think Healthy Hue is probably very accurate, but this is definitely going to stay in my collection, and I can see myself purchasing another shade at some point because I love this formula so much. Let's stay with complexion products. I have one of ALMAY's Ageless Hydrating Concealer here. I did have 3 shades of these, but I already gave away 2 of them that were not my shade. But this was sent to me from ALMAY, and I have to say that I've actually really liked this one. It is this kind of squeezy tube concealer, and if you have dry skin, I think you might really like this. It has really nice coverage, and it's easy to apply. It doesn't feel too drying. It can feel a little cakey if you add too much, so just be mindful of that, especially if you have very textured skin. A little bit goes a long way, but this is a really good concealer, and I'm definitely holding on to it. I also have 3 of ALMAY's Ageless Smart Shade Foundations. These were all sent to me as well. Some items are always sent to me, but that has no bearing on my opinion about them. I'll tell you like it is. I've never done sponsored videos on YouTube. Some of my content in Instagram is sponsored, but here on YouTube, this is just my own personal fun while I share these. So I was sent 3 of these, and let me swatch you the shade Light. And here is, first of all, the foundations. It comes out kind of whitish, but then you blend it and it kind of turns into the color that is matching you. It has these kind of color beads in it, I believe, and this one leaves a really nice finish. I really like it. I think the light is like borderline too deep for me, so I'm definitely going to let go of 200 light medium. Someone will really like this one, but I am going to hold on the shade 100 light and 150 fair, because like I said, 100 might be borderline too deep for me. Maybe in the summer it works well, but then I like mixing these two, so 050 fair is probably my winter shade, and then in the summer I add some of 100 light. This is like a very satiny finish. I don't think it looks dry on my skin, But again, a little bit goes a long way of this, and I do like that it has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, electrolytes. It's got all sorts of good stuff. It's hypoallergenic and fragrance free, which I appreciate because I definitely react to scents. So if you're interested in this kind of very smooth, natural looking foundation, this might be it for you. The skin tone matching technology is those kind of little beads that come out of there, and once you apply it, they create this color on your skin. So highly recommend these if you have not tried. Then I have two things that are definitely too old. I can see that this one has actually changed a little bit. So these are from Almay's Goddess Gloss line, and I have two different shades. There's this kind of a golden shade and then this kind of reddish shade. Now the reddish shade is called Magic, but I cannot tell what this shade is. It's so tiny in there. But here's the swatches. These have definitely gone bad, so I'm gonna have to let go of them. But they were really beautiful if you like this kind of sparkly gloss. And this was a little bit of a thicker formula, but not sticky. I think these were really nice. I just don't think I wear these kind of products anymore. So if these hadn't gone bad, I'd probably declutter them as well. I'm more into lip oils and less into these kind of products, but these were great for sensitive skin as well. So if you like sparkle, you might really like these ones. Next up, I have all of these Lip Vibes lipsticks, and I really did enjoy these once upon a time. I have to say my favorite probably was this shade Insta Queen, and this one I wore in a bunch of different looks. So if I can find a photo, I'll add it here. But here's the shade Insta Queen. I think it's gone bad. It's got to be like 4 to 5 years old, so I think I'm gonna let go of it. But it is a beautiful matte shade. Absolutely loved it when I got it and used it in multiple looks. Now, one thing I want to add that I really liked about these Lip Vibes was that there was a plastic on the top, so you could easily see what color this was. I know you can't really tell from here, but if you looked at these from the top, you could tell what the shades were, and of course these matched as well. And the packaging all around is really pretty. It's kind of cardboardish, so it feels like it would be more environmentally friendly as well. But yes, Insta Queen was one of my favorites. I also really liked Eat Cake. This is a pink, kind of your perfect candy Barbie pink shade. Really like it. And this one was a creamy finish one, so they come in different finishes. This one was matte finish and this is creamy. I do like them both. They're really beautiful. I think they're just really old, so I'm gonna let go of them. And then I had one more pink here, Girl Boss, which has a cream finish, but this one really didn't do much color wise. More of a glossy topper shade, maybe a hint of pink. It wasn't my favorite. I wish it had more pigment, but also quite old, so I'm going to let go of it. And then let's take a look at these kind of deeper, grungier shades before we go into the neutral shades. First I have shade Dream, which is a creamy deep blue, and this one applied a little patchy, which is why I never used it that much, but the shade is really unique, which is why I kept it in my collection, but I'm gonna let go of it now. And this shade Dream had maybe the most beautiful packaging. There's this stunning peacock on it. So I did like it. I used it on a Halloween look, but now it's probably gone bad and has to go. And then another super unique shade that I don't know if I used that much is this kind of pearly gray called Rise Up, and here's the swatch of that. It does look more pearly than the others, even though it's the cream formula as well. It's a very unique shade and not really for me, so I'm gonna let go of it, but also quite old. But if you were kind of doing this Tin Man type of look, this would have been your perfect lip color. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, maybe for, I don't know, Halloween or something, this might be for you. Then let's take a couple of these shades here. I'll do like 3 and 3. First up, I have Be Strong. This is a really pretty kind of red pink shade. could be a perfect everyday shade if you're looking for that kind of shade. Also a cream formula. I think it has changed. I can see something on the side, so I'm gonna have to let go of this. I think all of these have probably gone bad, but again, I love the packaging. These were really stunning. Next up, I have another matte shade. This is Worry Less, and this is kind of a nude shade. Really pretty. I think I've used it quite a bit, and I did really like it. But now I have so many lipsticks, and this one's really old, so I'm gonna let go of it. But really beautiful nude. And yes, the packaging is just so beautiful. Next one is called Skip the Gym, and I honestly couldn't get a whole lot out of it. It gives maybe your lips this kind of pearly nude finish, not very pigmented, and also quite old, so I'm gonna let go of it. But I remember someone really liking this, so I bought it, and maybe a little bit of an underwhelming shade. Next up, Sleep Later in the cream formula, another nude shade, maybe a little bit more brown than the other one. The Worry Less was more of a pink rosy tone. This one is more of a brown tone nude. Really nice, not for me, and also quite old, so I'm gonna let go of it. It had this beautiful bird on this one as well. Next, a true nude. This is Sleep Later. This is the same shade, but when I swatched it, it's slightly different. I think it's probably because they've changed. I may have purchased this later. This one looks a little deeper, and even here I can see a slight hue change. So interesting that I had two of them. That just means my collection is embarrassingly large, but there is a shade difference, which I think is very interesting. And the last one I have is a matte shade, Go Wild. This is a nude matte. This one's actually really beautiful right there. So all in all of these are stunning, and the packaging is just so beautiful, but these are all so old. I'm gonna have to let go of them. I'll have to see when I purchased the last one of these. Maybe I'll find one if I search my Amazon or Ulta history and see when I purchased these. But I do think the formula is really nice. So if you're interested in any of these shades, I checked Almay's website and they are still available. I especially love the Insta Queen. That's probably my most favorite. And then Be Strong was another one that I really liked, as well as Worry Less and Eat Cake. These are probably my most favorite shades. This kind of purple Insta Queen, I truly can see myself repurchasing at some point if I need this kind of shade, just because it's so beautiful. So there, those are all the Almay products in my collection. This is a really successful declutter, a really overdue one, because I had so many expired products. The only thing that's still usable out of these is this foundation, which I'm going to give forward. Someone will for sure enjoy it because the formula is so good. But I had 18 products from Almay. I'm only keeping 4. So that's decluttering 14, which is really, really good for me. Although, like, this is a little bit cheating because I just had so many of these lip products. But these were really old, all of them. And these I truly do use all of them. So I do think that I'm keeping only things that I use, which is the kind of the point of these declutters. I'm not decluttering for decluttering's sake. I'm truly trying to hold on to things that I will absolutely use. And these 4 products are it. I know I don't have too many products from Almay, but I would like to purchase more shades of this Healthy Hue blush. That is such a beautiful formula. It looks so natural on the skin, and the shade Nearly Nude is just stunning. And I do like their foundations. I've had some in the past that I've really enjoyed as well. I do think they do really good foundations. And the lip colors, those are also really beautiful. If at some point I do need some sort of purple lipstick, I will be going for this Insta Queen. It is stunning. Love the formula. It's creamy. It's not drying. It's just perfect matte formula. But these were all the items from Almay in my collection. Are there any products that you have in your collection from Almay that you recommend or don't recommend? Let us know in the comments section. But this was my declutter this time. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you subscribe. And if you like these videos and want to see more of their kind, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. You would help me so much. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video.